Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're back. Thank you so much for staying with us on Legacy Internet Radio. Legacy Internet Radio, our inaugural show here on Legacy Internet Radio and MixLR. We appreciate everybody who's listening to us. We got our fans that stayed with us. Hopefully we picked up some new ones. We appreciate it. Big Rube, Carlton Banks, Jay Grizzy Green, Aaron Turner, Marcus J in the building. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. At this moment, we're going to go ahead and profile a missing and or exploited child as we do every single week, and this week is no different. We've got Ashley Cuffey. She's been missing since February 24, 2013. She's 5 foot tall. She's 15 years old. She's a black female, brown hair, brown eyes, 130 pounds. She was last seen February 24th, 2013 in Henrico, Virginia, which is the Richmond metro area. She was wearing pajamas and getting into a black Mercedes when last seen. If you have seen Ashley Cuffey, please contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children on their website missingkids.com, or contact them by phone at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J is committed to our missing and or exploited children, as we decided when we started our show that we will profile a child every single show, and regardless of where we are found, we will do that every single show. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. So we're going to go ahead and begin our segment that we like to call What the Hell. And reason why we call it What the Hell is because when you hear the story, it makes you just kind of tick your head to the side and make that funny ass face, and you just say to yourself, what the hell? What the hell? So for our new listeners on Legacy Internet Radio, if you've ever had a situation where you wanted to say to yourself or say to somebody else, what the hell is going on? That is the basis for this particular segment that we get ready to get into. So, bunch of stories. We try to run through them relatively quickly, but some of them may allow for more discussion. And the first subject that we're going to get into tonight in the What the Hell segment, and I'll just kind of give you the byline. Dennis Rodman in North Korea talking to Kim Jong-un says that Obama needs to call. Now, first of all, you got Dennis Rodman. Now, everybody knows who Dennis Rodman is. Former National Basketball Association player, won a bunch of titles with Detroit and Chicago Bulls. He's a Hall of Famer. Has been on Celebrity Rehab, Celebrity Apprentice. I mean, we all know who Dennis Rodman is. He goes to North Korea with the Harlem Globetrotters, and he is over there on a diplomatic mission. He gets an audience with the leader, Kim Jong-un, who used to be, well, he's the son of the used to be leader Kim Jong-il, who passed away last year. These people are people who we kind of got beef with, Aaron Turner. We kind of got beef with these people. Apparently, they want to blow off missiles, and our country don't like it. And Dennis Rodman goes over there, and he comes back, and he's doing the Sunday morning shows yesterday. And the message that he brings back from Kim Jong-un is, I just want President Obama to call me. Now, I got some thoughts on this, but I want to come to you first as the host of the Aaron Turner Show at 101 The Fam, Friday nights from 7 to 9. What's your thoughts when you hear this story, bro?
Well, when I saw Mr. Dennis Rodman yesterday, doing his rounds on the Sunday news shows, I like, man, look at this idiot. And I say again, look at this idiot, because it's okay, why do he think, did we appoint him, Dennis Rodman of all people, to come over there on our behalf? But I know he, I did hear he say, just tell President Obama to call him and all this type stuff. And again, you're saying, this is a place we got beef with, and they say they showered him, around with, dinner, and just, like he's just like Mr. It whatever, as far as America. But, just going out to the whole world, Dennis Rodman do not speak for the American people. Let's get that straight.
He's an idiot. He's not our diplomat.
No, he's not our diplomat. He's an idiot. And, I mean, you talking about somebody come from celebrity rehab, drug rehab, all of them. I mean, hey, be for real. I mean, he's speaking for the American people. Come on now.
Well, certain people get this certain notoriety to do stuff. And, when he went over there, of course, he's the tallest thing out there. So he got that notoriety. Then he's an NBA All-Star, NBA Hall of Famer, NBA this. He got that notoriety. Is he a person to send over there to act as an ambassador? No. We gonna give him like a 90-10 type thing ratio there. I mean, granted, he can bend the president's ear to a certain extent because he's been able to do something that other people haven't been able to do. But he still was somebody who got to sit there next to the man just like and touch on him,
right,
and that kind of stuff. So he's maybe a good thing to at least say he's open to talk, but he's not that ambassador to make that a point.
Man, first of all, I don't even care. You want to know why I don't care? I don't even care is because it's not like anything's gonna change. I mean, real talk, they don't like us. Real talk, we don't like them. As long as nobody don't start throwing some nuclear missiles at people, we all gonna be cool, and that's pretty much it. There's no way. I mean, the dude's dad. Nobody liked. I mean, his people don't even like him. What makes you think his kids like him? You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about his kids. All I know is the dude is a kind of a North Korean playboy or whatever. He's a little fat thing and it's whatever. I don't care. Now, just because he runs stuff now, that don't mean anything. They can stay there. We can stay here. And as long as nobody don't start dropping some nuclear missiles, we all be cool.
Look, here's the thing. Like, if the ish was to hit the fan, or if the ish didn't hit the fan, that's who you all have to thank. Dennis Rodman and the Harlem Globetrotters. First of all, he looked like a, and forgive my language, ain't no half stepping listeners. He looked like a Sambo. He tattooed his lips, everything. Like, his lips don't match his face with all the text and everything. I mean, he's an eccentric character. Diplomacy has worked with China with the ping pong thing. Basketball works with the Koreans. I mean, it's not none Asians like, ping pong. So, yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't see what the harm is. Now, granted, the spokesperson for the trip, they should have put a spokesperson with Rodman so they could, because Rodman probably just talking about how he paid. And I saw the interview on with George Stephanopoulos. He's speaking from his personal experience. And I think Rodman, the type of person he is, if you not study him, but if you see him, he look at you for how you is when you're in front of him. He first person to say it. He didn't look at the politics of it. Even the interviewer had to give him, it's like, here, look at the human rights situation in North Korea. He was just going over there to thought he was brokering some type of big peace deal. But, he should have had a better spokesperson. But I'm not mad for Rodman going over there. At least he ain't, kicking, broadcasters in the ball sack. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy about the story to me, though, is the fact that it's gone. I mean, I guess everything kind of goes viral. Anytime you have a certain level of fame or notoriety or whatever you do is going to be well documented. I mean, he went over there with the Harlem Globetrotters. He didn't go over there to be a diplomat. He didn't go over there to broker world peace or anything like that. I think what ended up happening, to be completely honest with you, I think he got used. I think Kim Jong-un saw an opportunity to embarrass the United States by using one of our court jesters who was in the person of Dennis Rodman, who came over for a legitimate reason. Kim Jong-un, by most accounts, is a fan of basketball, so you saw them in the games and things of that sort together. And he made friends with Dennis Rodman, and Dennis Rodman comes back to our country, and he's like, yo, he wants you to call him, yo. Just call him. Everything gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously? You really think that the president of the United States is going to listen to Dennis Rodman, who says contact the president of one of our, adversary. I won't say enemy, but I'll say adversary, Big Rube. To me, that's a crazy ass story. I brought it up just because it is a crazy ass story. We in our sport hour. It's the last sports thing that we're going to touch for the rest of the night. But I thought that it was something that was worth bringing up since we saw him on the news stations yesterday saying what he said. I watched Celebrity Apprentice. I'm guilty of it. He's on there right now, so I saw him last night. So it's another reason why it was kind of on my mind, Big Road. Final thoughts on that before we move on to the next story?
I mean,
you done? You done?
I mean, that dude ain't talking. He ain't talking, speaking for me, so I don't care.
It is what it is. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Now, kind of moving on to some more serious topics. One of the stories that I saw that I wanted to bring up was the story of the retirement home that's under fire now in California because of the death of one of their residents. Basically, it's the death of an 87-year-old woman who did not receive CPR in her Central California retirement community. They are saying that this was a tragedy waiting to happen. Basically, what ended up happening was a nurse at the Glenwood Gardens retirement facility in Bakersfield, California, refused to give Lorraine Bayless CPR after she collapsed last Tuesday in the dining room and was barely breathing. The nurse called 911 for help, saying it was against the facility policy for her to start CPR, and of course she did not. The dispatcher, by the name of Tracy Halverson, said it's a human being, end quote. And the 911 tapes, of course, were released over the weekend. Is there anybody that's willing to help this lady and not let her die? End quote. Not at this time, the nurse said. And of course, the woman unfortunately was declared dead in Mercy Southwest Hospital later that day. I won't read the rest of the article, which is found here on USA Today. I'm going to come to you first, AT. When you hear a story like this, when you hear the company policy of this retirement home where everybody knows there's old people there. That's the whole reason that they're there. Why the hell are there not nurses already there trained to take care of these people? You got a policy that says that you can't help? What the hell? This is the epitome of a what the hell.
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of giving a brief history of the CPR deal. I've been first aid CPR certified for probably almost about 8-9 years now, and within that time it has changed. Say for instance, like the Heimlich maneuver. You know, everybody kind of knows that you go behind somebody and do the little move to so the food can come out the mouth and all that good stuff. The family of the person Heimlich now has patented the name, so you can't officially call it the Heimlich no more, which a lot of people don't even know that.
Really?
Yes. As of I think it's been about a year now. So that maneuver you can't really call it Heimlich no more, because I guess if you're on TV, some of you can't even call that no more. But with that. With the age of litigation, lawsuits, and different things, unfortunately, a lot of businesses are going away from, having them little underlying policies saying that, because a lot of people are suing for, whatever reason. It's not back in the old days, you see somebody, choking or having a heart attack or unconscious, you go save them, and, they're saved and everybody's happy. A lot of people want money because we live in an age of litigation.
My question is this: the person who said you had the lady who said no, it's against company policy, but the person who saw it at first, what were they doing? I mean, what was going through their mind? Did they even try to help the lady out? Did they do anything? Did they hit any buttons to call anybody? I mean, you blame it all on this one nurse, but in that same standpoint, your sense of responsibility was saying what, and who are you to that person in the first place? Now, is she truly in a hospital, or is she just in an assisted living care? Because if you're in an assisted living care, I would think that'd be a little bit different than if you were in a full-fledged hospital. Assisted living, I'm going to make sure you have the meals, not so much going to make sure you have proper health care.
I think this location was an assisted living, and that's, to me, is part of the outrage, because you would think that there would be people who would train. I mean, this woman was in her 80s, man. You would think that if you are living or you working in a place where you know you have elderly folks, you would have somebody around that would be able to take care of them if something went down. And this woman said on the 911 tapes, yeah, I can't do nothing, man. This against company policy. Nah, I mean, I'm going to wait for y'all to get here. I mean, how long y'all going to be? Y'all on the way? Y'all coming?
Yeah.
While this lady is literally, you know, I'm clowning, but I mean, it's real talk. She freaking died waiting for 911. Like what the hell? Like what the hell?
Yeah, and unfortunately, what's happening is you know the last time I got recertification was this past November, and the last couple of years the classes are actually making you almost scared to help people, and the assisted living facilities are mostly privately owned. If you're in the hospital and all that, you know, you got a whole bunch of legal backing behind you, so you can do a lot of that stuff. So definitely not defending that person, but they'll make you kind of scared to even help people.
Yeah,
which is crazy
because the lawsuits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Good Samaritan law don't really work anymore.
No, it don't.
You know, I mean,
but what about Big Rule? What about common sense? Like we get the whole Good Samaritan thing, right?
Yeah.
But what about common sense? Like we pick on you because you a nice guy. Like the rest of us, we kind of, you know, bad words. But you kind of a nice guy.
Yeah.
So if you saw this really going down in front of you, and you worked in an assisted living facility, and you knew the company policy. I'm just asking you, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but it just kind of came up. Mm-hmm. You work in this facility and you know company policy. You know if you save this person's life, you're going to probably lose your job. What would you do?
Sucking face.
I mean, you know, it's just one of those things that you know, faced with that, you know, I would hate to be that guy, but I'm going to have to be that guy and walk away.
So this lady's going to die on Big Rule's watch?
Well, the thing about it is, you know, I don't understand how you could be in a assisted living location and you don't have doctors and nurses and things like that there. You know, if they don't have that there, then unfortunately it becomes a you problem because you decided that you wanted to live there. I mean, that's the stuff you gotta check out. You just can't go and just plop myself in a place just because pretty much everything that you own becomes theirs. And all the money that you pay, because basically what it is, they just drain your savings and all your money. You don't have to want for anything. And, you know, what happens is it becomes theirs. So, realistically, you know, unless you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's, these people get away with what they want to get away with. And you just got to know going in, hey, this is supposed to happen, yada, yada, yada. Now, if they're supposed to have 24-hour nurses there, and then something happens, then the family has a right to sue, but they got to make sure that stuff is in contract.
That's crazy, man. I
mean, I understand, and it feels like
I guess I'm one of those.
I'm tonguing her down.
I mean,
white gotta live.
I'm one of those Grizzy, of course.
But you have to understand that.
Well, let me.
I was one of those people who work with kids, and you know, I got CPR certified and first aid certified, and yes, you know, there are a couple times I had to help clean stuff until the EMT got there, yada yada yada. But you know what? You don't know what kids carry.
All right, well, let's take a poll of the crew, and I just want yes or no answers because we're gonna take a break after the poll. Okay, I'm gonna start with Carlton Banks first. I'm gonna ask the question. I just want a yes or no, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Carlton Banks, if you are in the same position as this nurse, you know the company policy. You know if you help her and save her life, you will lose your job, but she will save her life. Will you help her? Yes or no?
Nope.
Big Rope.
No.
Aaron Turner.
What? Yes.
Jay Grizzy.
No doubt, yes.
All right, so we got 3 yeses and 2 nos. I'm a yes. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to continue our What the Hell segment. We're excited to be here. We're here on Legacy Internet Radio.
In the den, baby.
804-402-2893. We are being sponsored tonight, and when we come out of the break, we're going to let you know about the eye doctor that's sponsoring Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Keep it locked. We're going to be back in a minute. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Stay here.
Yes, sir.